not enough to be friendly. You have to be a friend. Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a book talk on Wonder by RJ Palacio. I read this a couple days ago and it really stuck with me. I really enjoyed it, so I had to spread the word about it and talk to you guys about this book and why you should read it. So I'm just gonna give you guys a spoiler-free summary and then get into some details. So this book follows a 10-year-old boy named August Pullman, and he was born with a facial deformality that causes his face to kind of have this different type look. He doesn't really describe how he looks, but his eyes are like lower and he looks really different than other kids his age, and it's hard for him to cope in social situations, meaning that, you know, he doesn't go to school, he doesn't really have that many friends he hangs out with, you know, it's difficult for him, but his parents are making him go to 5th grade to start middle school, and he's finally going to be going to public school, and that really makes him nervous, and it's really just following his whole year of his first year at a real school. So that's what this book is, basically. It follows him, he gets into like bullying and different stuff like that. It's amazing to see through the eyes of somebody that has the facial deformality that's experiencing the other people's reactions. It's really interesting to be in the mind of that person. How kids react to him, how adults react to him, and just how people react in general. It's really interesting, and I thought that it was really realistic. Somebody, just because they have some sort of difference, some sort of deformality, it doesn't mean they're any different than you are. So I thought it was really interesting, and I really loved it. And August is really cute, and this book was just really good. And I think they read this book in a lot of elementary schools now because it teaches the kids like a lesson about being open, about making new friends, and not judging people. So I think it's a really great book, and any of you that you haven't read it, I recommend you go read it. But if you have not read it, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to give you a second, and we're going to talk spoilers. So first off, I absolutely loved the alternating point of views. I loved how we got to see from August's point of view, we got to see from his sister Via's point of view, we even got to see from like Miranda's point of view, and from Via's boyfriend's point of view, and Summer, and Jack, and all of the people's point of views. I really liked that. I didn't know that it had that until I got to like 100 pages in and it changed to the POV, so I thought that was super cool, and I loved getting to see it from other people's perspectives, how they dealt with the situation, August especially, but I also really loved getting into the mind of Via. I loved, you know, it's probably difficult, like, being the sister. Everyone's like, oh, like the poor boy with the facial deformality, but like, if you're the sister, that's hard too, you know, and I thought it was really interesting to see from her perspective how that was and how to experience that. Speaking of Via, I really liked Via. I liked how she had that whole thing with Miranda, and how Miranda went to summer camp and she changed, and then they weren't really friends anymore, but at the end they end up, you know, sort of becoming together again, and I just thought that was really great. I loved how Miranda loves August. I thought that was really cute, and I just really liked seeing it from Olivia's point of view. I loved when Via got to go on stage and be the main character in her play. I thought that was really great. It was a turning point for Miranda, kind of realizing, what am I doing? Via's my friend, I shouldn't be doing this to her, and I thought it was amazing that she stepped down and let her take the part, especially because August and her two parents were there, and it was amazing to see that, because, you know, I think Miranda knows, like, Via never really gets the attention of her parents, and they're there now, and she needs to let her do something for them, and I thought that was really sweet of her. It's interesting how she said, like, her parents never really paid attention to her, they're always focusing on August, and you don't really think about that when you think of families with a, like, disabled, not really disabled, but something with their child, you know, they're always focused on that child, not focused on the other children, so I thought it was interesting to see through her point of view. I loved Mr. Brony's precepts. I thought that was super duper cute, and I absolutely loved all of them. At the end of the book, it has all of them and all the ones the kids gave them. I loved the first one. When given the choice between being right and being kind, choose kind, by Dr. Wayne W. Dyer. I thought that was a really great quote, and it's really something to live by. That's absolutely the truth. You should always choose to be kind, and it really follows the whole story, so I really liked that. Summer and Jack. I thought Summer was super duper cute. I love how she sat down next to him the first day of lunch. She didn't care what any of the people thought of her, and she just sat down and was like, hi, I'm Summer, like, I'm gonna sit with you for lunch, and it was just really great to see somebody, like at least one of the kids was nice to him on the first day and didn't really ask him about his facial deformality or do anything like that. They just wanted to be there for him, and I thought that was really nice, especially because Mr. Tushman didn't really approach her about it. She just did it on her own, and that shows a lot of character, and that she's really, you know, Jack just wanted to fit in. He didn't want the other kids to think like, oh, he's friends with the freak, so he tried to like make fun of him behind August's back, which backfired obviously, but I thought it like taught him a really good lesson about that, and I think he was a really strong character overall. The Halloween scene was pretty harsh, to be honest. I was like, oh my god, like the book had started there for me. I was like, oh my god, that's terrible. Like, poor boy, like that's so sad that he has to deal with that and everything, and especially his one friend that's making fun of him. That's so sad. When Daisy died, the dog, I was like almost crying. That was so sad. I was like crying for August and like the pain they felt and everything. It was so terrible, and I legit almost cried. It was pretty bad. The science trip at the end of the school year when they go and stay in the log cabins, and the 7th graders that steal his hearing aid, and that was just so terrible. I was so scared for them at that point. I thought that was terrible. August's friends stood up for him, which was really, really important to the book, I think, and I just thought it showed like finally people are seeing like he's just August, he's just a boy, he's not anything different. Just because he has a facial deformality doesn't mean there's anything wrong with him. He isn't special needs or anything. Which is what I think was important throughout the book, is that he's not special needs. He's just like everybody else, and everybody's treating him like he's this freak, but it's not like that at all. Especially I think the parents, that was really crazy with like Julian's parents and all the different parents saying like, oh, that he shouldn't go to this school and stuff because he's like special needs and stuff, but he's not. He's just has a facial deformality, and it's not a big deal. I thought overall this story was really great. It was amazing to see through a 10-year-old's point of view who has the facial deformality. I thought, you know, it's really a lesson about not judging people and learning about who they are, because, you know, August is such a nice boy, he's such a good person, and just because he has because August has a facial deformality, it doesn't make him any different, it doesn't make him weird or crazy or anything. It just makes him a boy, and he's just a 10-year-old boy. And I think that a lot of people don't understand that, like all the parents that are giving him trouble for going to public school, like they don't understand he's just a 10-year-old boy, just like they're a 10-year-old boy or girl. And you know, I thought it was really interesting. This book really taught me a lot about not judging people before you get to know them, and you know, stuff like that. I thought it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was super cute, and I love August so much. I thought it was really cool being inside his head for a bit, amongst other characters. So I hope you guys enjoyed this book talk. If you have any comments or you want to tell me what you thought about Wonder, then let me know in the comments below and I'll get back to you. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Bye!